Hi, I'm Jake. I really don't know why I'm doing this. I was actually going to sing, but I figured I'd spare you all that because I come to find out I can't sing. I thought I could, but apparently I can't. So, um, apparently I can sing. Okay, I can carry a tune. It just doesn't sound good. And, so uh, I sound better when you can't hear me. Like when I'm blended with other voices. I'll just. Anyway. So, the purpose for this video is I was inspired by other people on YouTube, in the YouTube world, and I just figured that I need to share my experiences also. And anyway, I'm just gonna put it out in the universe, see what happens. I don't care if I inspire someone else. Awesome. If nobody else watches this video, then or any other videos I do, that's fine with me too. I'm not, whatever. Anyway, I guess the main thing I want to talk about is that I joined the Navy, and I just want to kind of share my experience thus far. And um, I guess my first thing is why I joined the Navy, and that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. Excuse me, be about. Besides talking to the recruiters and stuff, and how that all started. Um, anyway, yeah, I'm very not good at this stuff. Um, I, my friend was going into the Air Force, and I was looking up to her and just being like, wow, I wish I had, something that I was looking forward to. My life was kind of, everywhere, kind of floating. I felt like I was not really, I was in limbo. I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life. I knew what I wanted to do personally, but it wasn't ever going to, it didn't seem like it was ever going to come to fruition. Like it just, uh, I couldn't get things going. Every time I tried, I'd hit a wall. So I felt like I was stuck. And anyway, so I was talking to her, and then I have a cousin that's in the Navy, and he's actually a lieutenant in the Navy, and that's really sweet. He's very, very cool. I've always looked up to him, and I think part of me always knew that I'd be in the military. I just didn't know at what point. And I didn't think I'd ever make a career out of it, and I don't know still if I'm gonna make a career out of it, but at this point, I've got a few years there, and I can decide if I like it enough, or if, and I'm pretty sure I will. Every time I go to a meeting, I love it, and anyway, so I was, anyway, I was talking to her, and she was like, well, I don't think you can get into the Air Force, but we'll go talk to the Navy. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I thought, well, my cousin's in the Navy. I at least know a little bit more about the Navy than I do about any other branch. I didn't really want to do Army or Marines. I'm not sure why. It just, those two never appealed to me. Um, anyway, so I went. I actually had a faux hawk going on. I had like the European thing going on. I was blondish, and it's quite funny. I was like, huh, wonder what they're gonna think of me. So I go into the recruiter's office with my friend, and anyway, I talked to the recruiter, and he was really nice. He was said we don't really need people, but we want people. We want people that want to be here, and so I answered some of his questions. He said, now it's up to you. If you like, he gave me his spiel, I gave him my spiel, it all, and I was like, well, I got to think about it. So I took a trip. Actually, the next week I was taking a trip for my best friend's wedding, in California, in Oakland, and I had a lot of downtime, like a lot. I don't think I've ever been by myself so much. Um, it was insane. Like, I spent a lot of time in the airport, a lot of time at the hotel. I didn't have a car. I didn't want to rent a car because A, I didn't have enough money. To B, I was, what's the point? I mean, I was just by myself. So anyway, I uh, that's a whole other story. I won't get into that. Wow, I'm taking a lot of time. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Okay. So anyway, basically, I talked to my cousin, sent him a message before I left, and then I said, "This is what I'm thinking of. I don't know if you can help me." Anyway, he texted me while I was on my way down to Salt Lake to fly out, and he said, "Well, call me when you're in Long Beach," because that was my layover. So I called him when I was in Long Beach, and I had brought all my material that I got from the recruiter, and I was reading over it, and I talked to him a little bit, and he's like, "There's no, I mean, if you're even remotely interested, you should just do it." And it's kind of the gist of what he said, from what I remember. Anyway, we didn't talk very long, but anyway, so I was like, and every time I thought of doing the Navy, going into the Navy, I felt amazing. Like, could I actually do this? You know, I think my reservation was that I was like, am I really that capable of doing something so big and so great? Because in my mind, I've always thought of military people like way up here, you know, and I'm just kind of. In fact, I had a family reunion, and my cousin was there, and he dressed up in his uniform and everything, and we took a picture, and it was him and me, and I remember telling him distinctly, I was like, "Oh, I feel like a slouch compared to you," and he's like, "Don't worry about it." And I did look like a slouch compared to him. I mean, he looked all sharp in his white uniform and everything, and I was just like, "Hey, hey, what's up?" Anyway, so I guess that's all I'm going to talk about today is that, anyway, oh, okay, I guess I didn't finish quite yet. I'm going to hurry and finish up the story, but, okay, so I get home from California, and I have already decided in my mind, I'm going to do this, and, I figured I'd talk to my parents. That was my next step, was to talk to my parents, see how they felt. So I sat down with my mom, she was on the computer, and I was like, "Hey, so, I've been thinking about the Navy, and I actually want to do it." And she was like, "Wait, what? Whoa, what?" Which, okay, the reason why she reacted that way is because she had told me this before, like, that I should at least look into the Navy, and I didn't, or the military whatsoever, see what they had to offer, and I was like, I don't really feel like I'm there yet, you know. It would be nice, you know, and honestly, like, I love the country that I live in, and I want to serve it, and I grew up in a family that, you know, go to the United States, you know. My dad was in the Desert Storm. He was a nurse in Belgium, so he wasn't actually in the front lines, but he was, you know, I grew up in a home where that's valued, and where we support our troops and we support the country, even if we've got idiots in the offices or whatever. Anyway, so I anyway, I talked to her. She was like, "Oh, that's awesome. You know, if you're thinking about it, do it. You know, see what the next step is. Go with it. Go back to the recruiter, talk to them, see what they have to say." And then she's like, "Go tell your dad." So I went in, and my dad was watching TV, and it was he was on his bed watching TV, and I was just like, "Hey, so I'm joining the Navy," and he was like, "That's cool. We'll come visit you wherever you are. You know, just make sure we'll come visit you. If you're, especially if you're in San Diego or if you're in Hawaii, we'll go visit you." So it's good to know that I have that support system. Anyway, once I got that established, and I told my sister, and I got all that taken care of, I went to the recruiter, back to the recruiter, and I said, "What's the next step?" And that was it. I was done. It's done. Anyway, he said that maps is my next step, and that's what my next video is going to be about. I am not going to take up any more of your time, because it's been 10 minutes. And, yeah. Comment, leave any, I really want to hear from people, but if I don't, whatever, I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm going to stop now. Peace out. I'll find that stupid button.